Good morning students, Sairam. Let's continue with chapter number 8, decimals. In today's session, we are going to solve the remaining problems of exercise 8.1. So let's see what is the next problem. Problem number 7, exercise 8.1. Between which two whole numbers on the number line the given numbers lie? Which of these whole numbers is nearer the number? So, where does 0.8 lie on this number line? 0.8 lies between the whole numbers 0 and 1. And to which number it is nearer? It is nearer to number 1. B, 5.1. Where does 5.1 lies? 5.1 lies between 5 and 6, the whole numbers 5 and 6, and it is nearer to whole number 5. Next problem, 2.6. Where does 2.6 lie? 2.6 lies between the whole numbers 2 and 3, and it is nearer to the whole number 3. Next, 6.4. 6.4 lies between the whole numbers 6 and 7, and it is nearer to the whole number 6. Next one, 9.1. Where does 9.1 lie on the number line? It lies between 9 and 10, and it is closer to the whole number 9. Next one, 4.9. 4.9 lies between the whole numbers 4 and 5, and it is nearer to the whole number 5. Now let's move on to the next problem. Problem number 8. Show the following numbers on the number line. So we have to show the given number on the number line. A is 0.2. 0.2, where does it lie? Children, we divide the gap, the space between 0 and 1 into 10 equal parts. So each part is 1/10. Okay. So first one is 0.1, second one is 0.2. So this point A represents 0.2. Then B, 1.9. 1.9 lies between the whole numbers 1 and 2. The gap, the space between 1 and 2 is divided into 10 equal parts. And 1.9 is the 9 point, that is B. B represents 1.9. Next one, C, 1.1. 1.1 lies between 1 and 2. The space between 1 and 2 is divided into 10 equal parts, and the first part represents 1.1. Point C represents 1.1. Next one, 2.5. Where does 2.5 lie on the number line? It lies between the whole numbers 2 and 3. The gap between 2 and 3 is divided into 10 equal parts. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one is 2.5. D is 2.5. Next question. Question number 9, exercise 8.1. Write the decimal number represented by the points A, B, C, D on the given number line. Here on this number line, the gap between 0 and 1 is divided into 10 equal parts, isn't it? So, A lies on the 8th part. Each part represents 1/10 and A represents 0.8. Now, point B. Point B lies between 1 and 2. Again, the space between 1 and 2 is divided into 10 equal parts, and B is the third point. That means it represents 1.3. First one is 1.1, second one is 1.2, and third one B is 1.3. and point C lies between 2 and 3. Again 2 and 3, the gap between 2 and 3 is divided into 10 equal parts and each part represents 1/10. So first point is 2.1, second point, that is C, is 2.2. So C represents 2.2. Next comes D. Point D lies between 2 and 3. The gap between 2 and 3 is divided into 10 equal parts. Each part represents 1/10 and D is on the 9th part. So D represents 2.9. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 10, exercise 8.1. It has two parts. Part 1, part A. The question is, the length of Ramesh's notebook is 9 cm 5 mm. What will be its length in centimeter? So length of the notebook is given 9 cm and 5 mm. Children, we know that 1 mm is equal to 1/10 centimeter, isn't it? Centimeter. So what will be 5 mm? 5 mm will be equal to 5/10 centimeters. So we can write it as 9 centimeters plus 5/10 centimeters. So we can write it as 9 plus 5/10 centimeter. So it is 9 plus 0.5 centimeters, that means 9.5 centimeters. So the length of Ramesh's notebook is 9.5 centimeters. Let's move on to the B part of the question. The length of a young gram plant is 65 mm. Express its length in centimeter. So the length of young gram plant is 65 millimeters. So we know 1 millimeter is equal to 1/10 centimeters. So 65 millimeters will be equal to 65/10 centimeters, which gives us 6 plus 5/10 centimeters. So it is 6.5 centimeters. So the length of young gram plant is 6.5 centimeters. Children, with this problem, we come to the end of exercise 8.1. Now let's see what is our next topic. Children, let's understand hundreds. Beyond the tens place comes the hundreds place. Let us understand it like this. If we divide one whole into 100 equal parts like this, then each part is 1 out of 100, isn't it? It is 1 out of 100 and it is written as 0.01. This is the tenths place and this is hundredths place. So one part in 100 equal parts is called 1/100th. Let's see more examples. Children, if you have 1 whole divided into 100 equal parts, and if we take 52 parts and color them white, if we take them as white, then it is known as 52 out of 100 is colored white, or it can be represented as a decimal like 0.52 blocks are white. Similarly, in this example, out of 100 equal parts, if we color 33 parts as yellow, then we say that the fraction of yellow part is 33/100, and as a decimal it can be written as 0.33. So this table is place value table which shows tens and hundreds. Children, the decimal point always comes in between ones place and tens place. First place after the decimal to the right is tens place, and beyond that there is hundreds place, and beyond hundreds place is thousands place. Here in the first example we have in hundreds place we have 0, in tens place we have 4, in ones place we have 0, in tens place we have 5, 5 tens and 3 hundreds. So what will be the decimal number? It will be 40.53. Let's look at second example. We have 4 hundreds, 3 tens, 2 ones, 6 tenths and 8 hundredths. Then the number will be 432.68. In the next example, we have 7 hundreds, 8 tenths, 0 ones, 0 tenths and 5 hundredths. Then the number will become 780.05. Let's understand this example. Write the following as the decimal. So we have 800 plus 60 plus 9 plus 3 tenths, 8 hundredths and 4 thousandths. So how do we write it? 800 plus 60 plus 9 can be written as 869. 3 tenths can be written as 3 into 1 upon 10. 8 hundredths can be written as 8 into 100, 8 into hundredths. And 4 can be written as 4000 can be written as 4 into 1 upon 1000. So it becomes 869 plus 0.3 plus 0.08 plus 0.004. So it becomes 869.384. So the number is 869.384. Let's look at one more example. Write 473 and 4 hundredths as decimal. So how many hundreds we have? We have 4 hundredths, 7 tenths, 3 ones and 4 hundredths. We don't have tenths here. So it is 473 plus 0 tenths plus 4 hundredths. So the number becomes 473.04. With this topic, we have come to the end of this session. We will solve the problems of exercise 8.2 in our coming session. Thank you.